The Dry Tortugas is a small group of islands located in the Gulf of Mexico, about 70 miles west of Key West. It is also home to Fort Jefferson, which is located in the Dry Tortugas National Park. It is the largest brick masonry structure in the Americas. It was built and used to suppress piracy in the Caribbean. It has a surrounding moat and moat wall, and also housed an impressive 300 or so cannons, which surrounded the whole fort, making it hard for any ships to come close to this island. As we walk through the entrance to the fortress, we can see some of the architecture, and then we'll be inside in the courtyard area.
Hold on, I'll come back.
From a map near the entrance, you can plot and plan where you want to go and what you would like to see. There are so many impressive items to see, including the architecture and the long hallways along the walls. You can also take a look outside and catch a glimpse of the moat wall, and even parts of the island. From the top of the fort, you can almost get a 360-degree view of the ocean and the island that the fort sits on. We chose to camp for 3 days, otherwise you could take a ferry or a seaplane out for a part of the day. Only 10 campers are allowed to arrive per day, making it a small number of people on the island after everyone leaves at about 2:45 p.m. Since there is a limited number of people on the island after the ferry and the seaplanes leave, you could do a lot of great things such as snorkeling, walking on the Moat Wall, sitting on the beach, looking for hermit crabs or other creatures, but my favorite was snorkeling. You're able to see a lot of the fort's debris and other wreckage that is at the bottom of the ocean near the fort. Plant life and coral start to grow on these structures. I really enjoyed having a full face mask, allowing us to see the beauty of everything around us, as well as not fogging up as much, and I found it easier to breathe with a full face mask. While swimming, you'll find some interesting creatures, maybe a 3-foot lobster. Yes, this lobster was huge, even though it doesn't look like it on video. The first day we arrived at Dry Tortugas, the water was crystal clear. Unfortunately, my GoPro would not turn on and I had to fix it for the next day. The remaining days the water was a little bit more cloudy, and it appears to be more cloudy here than it was in person. If you go and snorkel at Dry Tortugas, you could expect your experience to be better than what you're seeing here. It was great to see so much sea life, and especially seeing coral and plant life thriving in this area. Here's a large barracuda, which doesn't look to be so large, but it was pretty far below me and it was swimming around. Another great thing is there are 2 areas on the island where you could swim along some pilings where ships used to dock years ago. Many large fish like the barracuda and other small fish make their home here, or maybe just hide out from other predators like sharks. If you're planning to camp at Dry Tortugas, you might want to plan about a year in advance because it's tough to get a 3-day excursion to camp on the Dry Tortugas Island. You won't regret it if you do. If you go out on the ferry, just a few hours is not enough to absorb all of the beauty of this island. There's so much vibrant sea life to see, and allows for a relaxing time on the beach or at your campsite if you want to. If you're camping on this island, there is no electricity, and you also need to bring in your own water and food. Make sure to plan ahead and ensure you have everything you need. Here's a pro tip for you. Bring some pre-cooked food as well as solar chargers to charge your numerous devices so you can take excellent photos as well as video. Fishing is allowed on the island in certain areas, and the national park has already bought a fishing license for you, so try your luck off the pier where my son caught a few snapper fish. A few hundred feet off the furthest point of one of the Moat Walls is a great coral reef to swim out to and see. I was thoroughly impressed at the structure of the coral as well as the sea life that was out there. Spend some time just hanging out on the beach or maybe catching ghost crabs at night. You can even look for bioluminescent creatures. After a long day of snorkeling, I decided to take a walk along the Moat Wall and look at some interesting things that this section of the fort had to offer. If you take a walk along the Moat Wall at night and bring a flashlight with you, you might be able to see a stingray or maybe even a small shark or two. Towards the end of my walk here, you'll see that the wall is actually broken. Hurricane Irma damaged the wall and they are yet to repair it. Because of the break in the wall, you will not be able to walk all the way around the fort on the Moat Wall. You'll have to go from the other side to see the other half. The sunsets on Dry Tortugas is a must-see. We took some pictures, some time-lapse video, and enjoyed the evening as it cooled down. I hope you might have a chance to visit the Dry Tortugas National Park as well as Fort Jefferson in the near future. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments.